class. Oh my goodness. Listen, y'all know we're about to get into the science of goal setting. We almost got about 90 days to the end of this year. It's amazing to me. Um, in some ways, I'm so glad that this year is almost over because it's been a doozy. And in some ways, I'm like, oh my God, so many things are happening. My kids are growing up. Just so many things are happening, right? So, but whichever way you feel about this year, we still only got about 90 days. Almost. At the start of October, we'll have almost 90 days. And so I really wanted to usher us in to this next quarter of our lives so that we can both be ready and we can reach some of our goals that we set out to reach for ourselves. If you are here live, welcome, welcome, welcome. Put your name in the chat and so that we can shout you out and everything like that. I'm super excited that you are here. If you are watching this after the fact, listen, drop your comments, everything in the chat because I do go back and read them. And if you're here, go ahead and like and subscribe to the channel. We are trying to grow this channel so that I can continue to bring you more classes, more shows on the Dr. Kiki Ramsey Show that are going to help you get ahead. So, all right, with all that being said, let's get into it. Listen, I know you got goals. I got goals. And it's been such a busy year that some of my goals have gone by the wayside, meaning I just haven't been able to get them done. And I know the same is for you because guess what? I coach y'all. I talk to y'all. I've been to so many conferences that I've spoken at over the last couple of months, and I'm having conversations with you. Some of you have dreams that you know that you want to reach, which has been on your list for a long time, and you just haven't made time to get there. Well, in this class, I'm going to break it down what you should do. And I'm going to also give you a way to hold yourself accountable towards the end of this class. This way is going to make sure that you actually reach your goals. So don't go nowhere so that I can share this way with you towards the end of this class. But goals can be, they can be difficult. But I want to talk about why now is the best time for you to go after your biggest or your most significant goal. I say big goal because some of us have some big goals, but I also think that the way you describe your goal is in the eye of the beholder. What do I mean by that? A big goal for me might not be the same big goal for you, and vice versa, right? That goal could be small to somebody else, but it can be big to you, and vice versa. So I don't want you to define your goals by big or small based on what you feel like somebody else feels like. I want you to define your goal on if it's significant to you. So I love the word significance, right? Because significant to me definitely might not be significant to you, but it's significant to me, meaning it really does mean something to me. So it can be big or small, but it means something to me. It matters to me. The reason why I'm going after this goal really does penetrate my heart and make me want to reach the actual goal. And why now? Why not now? Because here's the thing, so many of us wait for that perfect time. But let me just tell you, you already know what I'm about to say. There is no perfect time to go after that significant goal. Um, waiting for all these stars to align, and waiting for everything to be right, just waiting will keep you waiting. will keep you stuck in the same place. It's interesting because as I've been out speaking at conferences and stuff like that, this latter part of the year, I've talked to so many women that have been stuck and that have been waiting for the right time. And I get it. Things out there are hard for a lot of us. Life be lifing. And I understand more than anybody how life be lifing. I mean, what's interesting even about my life is that in our family, I have two littles, and I have one big. And so Mackenzie, who is 8, Walter, who's 6, Walter's playing tackle pee wee football, and Mackenzie's cheerleading. And when I tell you we are out of the house every single day of the week, it's insane to me. They both also take music lessons. Mackenzie is learning the electric guitar. Walter's learning the piano. And we've never done sports during the week. All of our sports have been on the weekend. And so these days, I don't even know whether I'm coming or going. Like, talk about trying to cook. Honey, cook who? Cook well. Cook, huh? I'm trying to I'm literally trying to figure out if I'm really trying to figure it out. Like, I don't know whether I'm coming or going. And so you talk about trying to reach a goal. I'm like, huh? Like, what goal? But here's the thing. Life is always going to life. At least we want life to be life, and because that means you still alive, right? That means we all still alive if life is life. But despite that, we have to move forward and continue on our path and our journey towards our goal. That's just that's what I'm talking about. Hey Mahogany, thank you for joining me live. Hey Muriel, thank you for joining me live. I love seeing y'all. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Yeah, what's for dinner? Who sleep? Exactly, Mahogany. That's how I feel right there. That's exactly how I feel. So, but here's the thing. We ain't getting no younger. Honey, I know I look good. I know you look good too. But baby, we not getting no younger. So what we waiting on? We gonna be waiting. We're gonna be trying to find time. We're gonna be, just waiting. So right now, if you have the clarity, the energy, and the opportunity, the only thing you need is momentum. And that's gonna take you from here to where you want to be. And I want you to think about it like this. Where do you want to be in 90 days from now? Where is that? If you start today, which for us, we're gonna start on October 1st. If you started on October 1st, or if you started today, you can be finished with this goal by the end of the year. I'm I'm just saying. That's significant to me, where you can literally think about, oh, I have this goal in mind and I can finish by the end of this year. And I'm also going to tell y'all my goal because I'm doing it with you. This ain't just me teaching you the science of goal setting and then not setting some goals. I have a goal and I'm really excited to share the goal with you towards the end. But I really wanted to make the case for the fact that I know things are busy, but we got to get started now because we got things to do. Somebody is waiting on you to really show up and share your purpose with them in this life so that they can move forward in life. Okay? So, let's talk a little bit about the science of motivation and how to keep the fire alive. So, first of all, motivation is like a muscle. Here's the thing. We don't always wake up and feel motivated. I mean, every day that I wake up, that I decide to go to the gym, it's a real decision that I make. It's not something that I have to feel. I don't always feel like going to work out. I don't. I know y'all think I do because I do love to sweat. I love getting my body in shape. I love feeling good about, my body, but I don't get up and be like, "Oh my God." That's not me on a daily basis. I get up because I know I have to. And it's a reaction that, I built the muscle. This is what I do on Mondays. This is what I do on Tuesdays. This is what I do on Wednesdays. It's kind of like a muscle that I build, right? And because it's a muscle, it doesn't get strong unless you work it out. Like you don't get strong. The other day I went and I did legs at the gym. And that was on Monday. On Tuesday, I also did legs. Why? It just worked out like that, right? And my legs was feeling like spaghetti. I was like, "Ooh, Lord." But I also knew that at the end of the day, I'm getting stronger. I'm building muscle. And as we get older, ladies, we need to build muscle, right? And I know that. Cardio all day. I can run, I can walk all day, but lifting them weights, we need to be lifting them weights. And so our motivation is just like that. It's like a muscle you use on a daily basis. You have to use it. You have to use it. And the reason why I love the exercise analogy is because we all understand what that looks like. We can get off track real easy where we don't go to the gym or we don't walk or we don't do any of those things real easy. And then we have to get back on and then try it again, right? Try to get back used to it. Motivation the same way. You want to be motivated, you got to keep the momentum going so that you ain't got to keep getting motivated, you ain't got to keep starting over on your goals. Also, the brain is wired for progress and not perfection. Come on, Dr. Kiki. Did y'all hear what I said? I said the brain is wired for progress and not perfection. So many of us are stuck on everything being exactly how we want it to be. We want it to be perfect. And if it's not perfect, then we're not going to start. We can't move forward. But that's not how our brain is wired. Our brain is wired for progress, meaning every single day you get up and you put one foot in front of the other. Boom, 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 boom. It ain't got to be perfect. What if you had to walk a straight line to your bathroom every single day once you woke up? Child, we'd all lose, right? We just have to understand that we are wired to just make progress. It does not have to be perfect. We just need to make a little progress at a time. Uh, Celebrating small wins triggers your dopamine. So when we have these small wins, it triggers our dopamine and it keeps us motivated and moving forward. I know that I talk a lot about celebrating our wins, which most of us don't do. We don't do. It's interesting. I was doing a live coaching demonstration in a presentation that I did last week. And one of the things that happened was the young lady that I was coaching, she had these amazing wins. Like her clients were telling her how much they loved her, how much they changed her life. And she would just floss over that. She just jump over that. And she just kept on wanting to move past it to the next thing until I stopped and made her savor the moment. And it was such a powerful moment where she just stopped because her thing was she wanted to learn how to get the motivation to do the things that she wanted to do in her life to make her life better, to have her move forward. And part of what we came up with was her savoring the small wins or the wins that she was getting from the compliments that her clients were giving her. But the very motivation that she needed, which were really celebrating her small wins, she was skipping right over. She was looking for something else. A lot of times we looking for something that's right in our face. We want to get to the next thing, but yet we're skipping past all the special moments that are going to make the next thing the next thing. Do you stop and celebrate your small wins? Do you stop and celebrate how you are able to move forward when last week you prayed for this and this week is happening? Come on. Come on, somebody. Okay? So we have to really stop and understand that these small wins triggers dopamine. And we all want dopamine because dopamine is the thing that makes us happy. It's the thing that makes us smile. And then lastly, when we talk about the psychology of motivation, you really have to tie this goal to a why. Mm, mm, mm. This is a deep personal reason that fuels you when willpower fades. Because let me just tell you this, honey, willpower will fade away. It's going to go away. And once it fades, it takes motivation right along with it, right? The motivation is gone. The one reason why I wake up and I do my workout in the morning is because I know that my willpower is lowest at night. I I I don't want to. I'm definitely not motivated. I definitely not going to the gym. Now, there is only one thing that can motivate me to go to the gym at night is my dance jams class, right? I will get up and do that, but then I have so many other things going. So it is fighting for a spot in my life. So when I'm talking about motivation, right? When we're talking about willpower, willpower is highest in the morning, which is one of the reasons why I'm a part of the 5 a.m. club, sometimes the 4 a.m. club, because I can get up in the morning and I'm clicking on all cylinders. I'm getting it done on all cylinders versus at night, I'm tired, I'm hangry, I want to go to sleep, all those things. So you have to think about it. And that's the science. That's the science behind motivation. That's the psychology behind motivation. And we have to know those things. See, here's the thing, we set ourselves up for failure because we tend to think that we're going to do the things because we want to do them. But let me just tell you, want and actually doing something are two different things. Just because you want to get up or you want to go to the gym after you get off of work, don't mean you're going to do it. Don't mean you're going to have the motivation or the willpower to do it. You have to know that for yourself. You do, right? And I understand if you don't want to get up early, but you're going to have to figure it out because at the end of the day, you got to know yourself. I know me. I love the energy of the gym at night. I mean, the gym be buzzing, everything be happening, all this. And I love being a part of the energy. But I know that I ain't gonna make it. I'm not gonna make it. And that's the same with my other goals. Writing, writing my speeches, my books, all that kind of stuff. I know at night, child, I'm not gonna get it done. I already know that about me. See, I need you to know about you because I already know that about me. And I think that it's time for us to get honest, especially when we're about to set these goals. You need to know your boundaries, you need to know your limitations so that you can set clear goals for this next period. And this is, you do this over and over and over again. All right, so let's talk about how to set a real push goal, how to set these goals so that you don't actually get overwhelmed. Because I understand that too, right? We'll have these goals, and a lot of times the reason why we don't hit the goals is because we ultimately get overwhelmed. Because big goals can feel intimidating, which is so true. But here's what you do: you're gonna break a big goal down into milestones. For us, we're going to break these big goals down into this 30 to this 90-day set, right? We're going to have this sprint. This is, we're going to sprint for the next 90 days. And so I want you to, even if you got a year goal, we're breaking down a goal for 90 days. What I want you to do is I want you to choose a goal that you're going to accomplish over the next 90 days, right? So that's what you have to do when it comes to your goals. You have to break them down. You can't have this big elephant sized goal and think that you're going to accomplish this goal. You can't. You have to break it down. You have to break it down by, right? The first layer is I want you to break it down by 90 days. Then I want you to break it down by each month and then by each week. And that's how you actually reach the goal. And so I tend to work backwards from like, what's the ultimate goal? What do I want to end up with? And so you got what you're going to end up with, and then you work it backwards towards all those milestones. And I'll talk about how to do that in just a minute. So we're going to do a 90-day sprint together, right? And I want you to think about setting a goal that's going to stretch you. Now, here's the thing, we're trying to set this goal where it's not overwhelming, but it's also going to get you to where you ultimately want to be. So I want you to set a goal that stretches you. Um, I want the goal not to be so easy that you just coast on through, but be and not big enough for you to actually quit on the goal, right? We want to get you to the finish line. So we're gonna, set a goal that is big enough for you to reach, but not big enough that you be like, child, I'm done. I'm done. I ain't doing this no more. We don't want that goal, but we do want to challenge you, right? We do want to challenge you. And then so one of the things I want you to ask yourself is, does this goal excite me and scare me just a little? And that's usually the sweet spot. Does it excite me and scare me just a little? Right? That's where you want to be at. That's where you want to be. And so here are some things that I want you to do to stay focused. And so that you can stay focused and consistent when life gets busy. Now, I'm going to break down all the steps on what you're going to do, for this goal, but I want to give you these tools before we get into all the steps. So the first thing I want you to do is I want you to use the do it, delay it, delete it, delegate it method, right? I talk about this a lot in some of my classes, some of my keynotes. If you've ever been on with me in Thrive Society, I talk about this. And so what this means is when you have a goal, right? We're going to put this, one goal together, but I know that I live by to-do list. Child, them things be long, but I try to get through them, or I use this method if I can. Number one, you do it. If what you have on your to-do list is something that you know you need to do, and it can't nobody else do it for you, then it stays on the list. And guess what? You got to find time to get it done. That's just what you got to do. You have to find time to get the thing done, right? Okay, delay it. If you are on that list, if you have something on that list and you know you can take some time to get it done and ain't got to get it done right now, you put it on the delay list wherever. Have it on a Google Drive sheet or something like that, but put it on there. Give yourself time when you're going to return to that. You might want to put a something on your calendar, say, hey, revisit applying for this job, or revisit applying for school, or whatever you have it, right? You want to put it on your calendar so that you don't forget to revisit once you put it on your delay list. Now, this is the one that most of us don't do, but we need to do. Delete. Hit the delete button. There are some things on your list that you are not going to do, and you know you ain't going to do it, but it's been on the list forever. I actually have some things that I need to go through my list and delete as well. And so I do this on a quarterly basis. So there's some things that you just don't need to do. Go ahead and delete that thing. Stop playing with it. It's been on there forever. You know you're not going to do it. Stop torturing yourself. It's just taking up more space in your brain because you still have it on your list. Delete it. Let it go. Okay? And the last one, if you got this option available to you, baby, chef's kiss. This is the one. I want you to delegate it to somebody else. Delegate. That means, guess what, boo? You got to open up your mouth and you got to ask somebody for help. You got to open up your mouth and you got to give it to somebody. I'm fortunate enough that I have an assistant. Shout out to Nicole. Love her so much. I also have a husband who I give some of these things to as well, who is so helpful because we are a team. I have friends that sometimes I'll be like, boo, can you pick the kids up from school? you have to delegate it. Sometimes you have to just give it away so that it can get done. So when you're thinking about this goal that we're about to set, I want you to use this so that you're not overwhelmed. To really think about delegating, to really think about delaying, deleting, all of these things. It's this is going to help you. And I want you to next build accountability. Now listen, if you, if your goal stays in the dark and don't nobody know about it, I can almost guarantee you ain't gonna probably get it done. Now don't light me up, but I'm a coach, and so I believe in accountability, and it's the one thing that has helped me get to so many goals in my life is that I have a coach, I have a therapist, I have somebody who is ultimately keeping me accountable towards my goals. Period. Period. And so you got to build in some accountability. So you got to tell somebody, you got to join a challenge. Wait a minute, that's coming up. And or you have to have some kind of partner that you're going to check in with. And I'm telling you, this one thing is going to be the game changer for you to reach this goal. And then lastly, consistency beats intensity. Every 20 minutes, even 20 minutes a day. I don't care if it's 10 minutes. I don't care if it's 5 minutes. Progress over perfection is the thing that we're talking about here. You got to do something on this consistently in order for you to ultimately reach your goals. You got to do something on it. When you set this goal, you got to be consistent. I can't stress enough because we'll let a whole week go by and then we'll be like, oh, I got to get back on that goal. Why didn't you just do 5 minutes on it? You could have, but you just got to be consistent. Okay. And so here's what we're going to do. I want to invite you, and I'm going to give you this step-by-step framework on how to really, set this goal, right? And I want to invite you to the 90-day career sprint challenge that I am doing. Uh, the reason why I decided to do this is because I have a significant goal that I want to finish by the end of these 90 days. And I know that all of us have these career goals that we are looking forward. I'm a career coach. I mean, I teach y'all, I talk to y'all all the time, and y'all have these amazing goals, but no motivation, no accountability, none of that. And so I decided that I was going to create this challenge for us to band together in a sisterhood to be able to move forward on our goals. And so I'm officially launching the 90-day career sprint. And it's a challenge, and you can do it on your own for absolutely free, or you can join me in Thrive Society for a small fee where I will help you stay accountable. We're going to be doing accountability calls. We're going to be doing lives. You're going to, have, step by step play, all those things while you're in this challenge with me so that I can help you make sure that you get to your goal. So, drum rolls, please. I'm going to tell y'all my goal. And then if you're joining me live, you can drop in your goal. And then if you're not, you can still drop in your goal so that I can come back and read it, what your goal may be. And we're going to go after this together. And we're going to start on October the 1st. And so drum rolls, please. My 90-day career sprint goal is to get a first draft of my next book. So I have been working on my next book, The Pursuit of Happiness, y'all, for quite some time. And just like my first book, Get Courageous Now, life be lifing. Life be lifing. But let me tell you the story about this. This book, I wrote this book 16 years ago. But y'all do know the second edition of this book came out last year. So it's really a year old. But I wrote the book 15 years ago originally. And I'd been a speaker forever, right? Oh, plus 20 plus years. And every time when I was speaking, people would be like, oh my God, you should write a book. Do you have a book? You should write a book. Do you have a book? And I'm like, no, I ain't got no book. I'm going to have a book. I'm going to write a book. I'm going to write a book. Baby, after the 15,000th woman said to me, you need to have a book, I was like, you know what? I am sick and tired of being sick and tired that I ain't got no daggone book. Sick and tired of it. So I went to work. And guess how long it took me to write this book? Ah, you guessed it. 90 days. Now, I ain't saying from start to finish. I didn't edit. I ain't do none of that. I literally sat down and I wrote the book. Now, this ain't no paperback book. This is an actual real 30,000 plus word book that I wrote. And I wanted to make sure that I had everything in this book, but I focused, I sat down, I would get up in the morning, I would write. Sometimes I would write at night. I would be writing something every single day on that book though. I guarantee you that. And once I was done, I was like, oh my God, the rest is easy to figure out. Like, how am I going to publish it? Am I going to get a publisher? Am I going to self-publish? All that stuff is easy. The writing was the part that I wanted to make sure that I had down. So I wrote a beautiful first draft of this book in 90 days. And guess what? I'm going to do it again. So I'm excited. By the end of 2025, I will have a rough draft of The Pursuit of Happiness in my hands. And so then guess what? Next year, the book will ultimately launch, right? This goal is significant to me, right? You can even say it's a big goal. I said that the goal needs to be significant to you, whether it's big or not. It just has to be significant to you. It has to mean something to you. For me, my most popular keynote is called The Pursuit of Happiness at Work and in Life. Hello, somebody. Like, I literally get to go around to corporations and companies and organizations and teach people how to bring and include happiness in their everyday life and in their careers at work or on their, in their entrepreneurial pursuits. I get to do that, right? And so I do it through my keynote already. It just needs to be in the book. Like, so I've done half the work. I speak it all the time from stage. Like, do you understand? So if I'm not saying the book is your thing, but if you talk about something consistently all the time, you already got a book. You already got the work done. You just need to put it down in written form. And there's so many tools to help you do that, right? So that's my goal for these 90 days. I put it out there. I'm going to be holding myself accountable along with you all because now I've told you all what my goal is, and I'm going to get you all to tell me what your goal is, and we're going to work together. And so this is how it's going to happen. Number one, here's your step-by-step framework. When you're setting this goal, I want you to define the goal, right? Be specific. Name the exact goal and set a clear deadline. We already know that. We're going to start on October 1st and we're going to end on December 31st. The goal has to be done and dusted by December 31st. It needs to be specific. I am going to write the first draft of my new book called The Pursuit of Happiness. A first draft. I'm not trying to edit. I'm not trying to get the cover. I'm not trying to do none of those things during this 90 days. All I want to do is get a first draft. That's me being specific. What I need you to be specific. What it is that you want to do. I want you to then break it down, map it out into milestones and weekly action steps. If you actually join the challenge, right? Because I have a challenge that is launching for this. If you actually join the challenge, I'm going to show you exactly how to break it down, how I broke down writing this new book into into milestones. I already told y'all I work backwards. So I know for a fact that y'all know for a fact that the finished product by December 31st has to be the rough draft. What that looks like is going to be something different because of course I got to, figure out how many words I want the book to be, if I'm going to break it down by chapters, by words, all of that, right? So I'm going to work backwards and I'll show you how to do that for your own goal, and we'll have accountability calls and all that so that you can do it. So I'm gonna give you the roadmap for what that actually looks like, and then you got to schedule it. You got to schedule it, baby. If it ain't on your calendar, guess what? It's not gonna happen. If it's not on your calendar, what? It's not gonna happen. This right here. If I look at my calendar and it's not on my calendar, guess what? It don't exist. It is literally not going to happen because my brain, as good as she is, she don't remember all the things. And then when it's written down, it also further helps to hold you accountable. Okay? Number 4, this is your step-by-step framework on how you're going to get this done. So whether you join us officially or you do this on your own, I'm still going to be talking about it on social media. You got to have some kind of accountability. I don't care, right? You got to find a coach. Hello. You got to find a group. Hello. You got to find some kind of system to keep you on track. We are going to have a group in Thrive Society, right? Small fee so that you know that you're going to hold yourself accountable. And so if you just go to Thrive Society or Thrive, go to kikiramsey.com and click on Thrive Society, and then you'll see how to join the group. And then I also post it on social media as well. But even if you don't do that, you need to find somebody who you can work with who's going to hold you accountable to your goal. And maybe they do this challenge along with you as well, but hold yourself accountable. You got to have that. And last one, you got to celebrate and adjust. Listen, celebrate your progress and tweak along the way. I'm the first to tweak it. Like I know the goal for me is to get a final, like a rough draft, but I will tweak along the way. But you can tweak. Say for instance, one week I needed to get a chapter done. So if I break it down into chapters, depending on how many more weeks we got, if I miss a week, I might tweak that and be like, okay, girl, you're gonna have to get 2 chapters done next week. You just tweak along the way, right? But the goal is to get it done. That's your framework. That's what we're doing together. And the accountability is for you to join the Thrive Society within. That's my community, if y'all didn't know that. And it's absolutely free to join Thrive Society. So you can even join that, even if you don't join this challenge. But if you go to Thrive Society, by going to kikiramsey.com, you'll see Thrive Society. You can join the challenge, and I'm gonna hold you accountable, boo. We gonna do this thing together. We gonna have conversations. We gonna have videos. We gonna have all this where we're holding each other accountable so that you reach your goals. Because the science of goal setting is not something that you just do willy nilly. You have to put some work into it. So I've given you the steps. I've issued the challenge to you, and I cannot wait to see you in this challenge because I'm excited about the finished outcome of what everybody's gonna do. Just imagine all of us reaching our goals. The world is going to be a better place. It is absolutely going to be a better place, and I cannot wait to do this with you. So tell your friends, tell your loved ones. We are doing this challenge. It starts October the 1st. This may be the first you're hearing about it, but we gonna sprint all the way to December the 31st. And yes, Thanksgiving is up in there. Yes, Christmas is up in there, and we just have to account for that, right? You have to make adjustments. You have to account for that when it comes to your goal. All right. I hope this has been super helpful for you. I am excited to be with you along this journey. We're going to get it done, and we're going to have some amazing products and goals that are going to come out of this. Share this video with somebody who you love and care about because we're going to get it done. All right, y'all. Peace.